Hello and welcome to the OGA Dota Pit. My name is Nomad. Joining me is 1437 as we get started with the first series of the day. And first let's have a look at the tournament. We've got loads of games coming up throughout the next couple of days. We've got official patch waiting room here for you guys to help see you guys through until Patchmas. Look at all these glorious teams fighting off here in this bracket. Theoban, are you excited? And what are your predictions for this first upper round bracket?
I am excited, man. A lot of these teams, I think they're just coming off the last tournament, and some of them are here to prove something, and the others just want to show their dominance, right? I'm just looking at this bracket. I see OG versus VP. It's a first round in the upper bracket. You know how intense that is. They just played against each other. These teams are evenly matched. Like that last best of 5 series in Epic League was insane. I would love to see that rematch. In terms of the first match we have here, Live to Win versus NAVI, I think NAVI has been the best
CIS
for a while now. Not really the best CIS. VP is the best CIS. That's hands down. There's no doubt about that, right? But they've been someone up there in like the top 2, top 3-ish area. So I think NAVI is better than Live to Win, but Live to Win, they've been climbing up. With their last match against Alliance, they showed a lot of promise. They did lose 3-2, but it looked like they could take that series. I think NAVI probably have a little edge over Live to Win here.
Yeah, and there's some interesting shuffles going on as well between these two teams because ILTW is in fact not playing for Live to Win. He's going to be standing in for OG instead of Mid One.
Yeah.
So a little bit of confusion going on there with some players. So instead we've got Dream who's going to be playing for Live to Win. So it's quite interesting how this one's going to look. We'll see if Live to Win are able to put up a fight to Navi. I think they still can. But you know what, guys? We have the game ready. We've got a draft already starting up. These guys are just not messing around. They're looking to get into it. So let's get into our first series of the day. It is, of course, going to be Live to Win versus NAVI here in the upper bracket round 1. Of course, the winner of this match will go through to the upper bracket. There's no group stages here. We are straight into the double elimination. The loser will go down to that lower bracket round 1 to face off versus the loser of Alliance versus Mudgolems, which will be the next game going on today. I think when we're looking at these two teams in a head-to-head, especially with the fact we've got a stand-in for Live to Win, I think we need to look towards the mid lane. For NAVI, Iceberg can be like the creator or the destroyer of their games, depending on what kind of performance he has, right?
Yeah, Iceberg, he's the one they oftentimes try to play around, especially the early in the mid game. They love picking him his Storm Spirit. Sometimes he plays Zeus if he doesn't get that. Just like these playmaking heroes, just create some chaos on the map. Play for their carry. He's so good at VTune whenever he gets like his comfort heroes and has a good early game. And we can already start to see in this game like Live to Win banning out Chen. This is probably one of Navi's like key heroes in their strategies. So when you give them a Chen, they have like so many different possibilities of what they could. And it's a pretty good ban, I would say.
Yeah, I think I approve. I approve of the Chen ban. It makes the team just so much less predictable as well, and they love playing this thing where they can kind of mess with the lanes and then grab someone across with his teleportation. It's so annoying to play into just from the laning phase through to the mid game. Yeah, you don't want to give Navi this Chen. And now the Doom banned out again. This is something they like to run at mid as a 4, as a 3.
Yep.
They can really flex it around the place. They just want to kind of restrict Navi in what they can do.
Yeah, and Iceberg, he's a pretty beastly Doom player too. Sometimes he can be a bit crazy and die one too many times, but oftentimes, that aggression can result in a lot of momentum as well for your team. So, very good. Navi banning out the Sven too in the first phase. This is something that we've been seeing a lot more now, like just Sven straight up being a first phase ban. People thought you have to ban Omni out or IO out, and then the Sven is fine without those buffers. But in reality, there's so many buffers in Dota right now that Sven can be played with so many different combinations. So might as well just get rid of probably the best carry in the current patch.
Yeah. It's pretty nice for Live to Win for Navi, right now, because they can just be like, hey, you know what? We're just going to ban out these two heroes, the Void and the Sven, never have to play a competitive game against them again, hopefully, at least in their current iterations. Wait for the patch coming on Thursday. How do you think the patch has affected how these players are coming into the series, though? Do you think they're going to have done less preparation, more preparation?
I do feel like these teams are going to be a bit more lax because they're not going to most likely be eliminated by the time new patch patch come. So they're gonna be like, all right, let's just go into this game. Let's just do what we know. They're not gonna try to like develop something new in the current patch. They'll just do what they already know and just play that out. And when the new patch comes, that's when we're gonna see all these teams putting all their efforts, all their thoughts into that, getting really focused and motivated. When I was a player and I knew like a new patch was coming, there was a tournament being played, my motivation was like at an all-time low. And for a lot of these teams, it's going to be something like that. So we might actually see some really crazy games where both teams are like, very scrappy, more team fights, just trying to battle it out. That's what I really expect from this next 2 days at least.
Hopefully, yeah, we get some scrappy Dota coming down, just really kind of push the limits of what the rest of the patch can give us. Maybe try and pull out one more ace card, because there's nothing more to hide now, you're done. This is the end of the road. Patch is coming on Thursday, so any kind of fun things you wanted to try out, give them a go before they get changed. Now is the time, and we may well be seeing this. Let's get back into this draft. We have an Io and a Mars picked up by NAVI. Meanwhile, Live to Win, they've grabbed the Slaughter and the Ancient Apparition. Interesting AA pick. What do you think the reason for this is? Just the counter to the IO?
So, yep, just straight up counter to the IO. This is what most teams' top counter is against this hero. Like, IO is all about the healing, right? And just amplifying your carry. So Apparition pretty much stops that. You don't even need to hit the IO with your Ice Blast. You just need to hit the target that you want to kill. And IO won't be able to mech them up and heal them up for like 1,000 HP or something. Slaughter, another top hero in the current patch, plays really well with a lot of the range position 4 heroes, and it buffs up your carry because you're going to minus armor the enemy for your carry to do a lot of damage. Then Navi picking up like this Mars is just standard 3 hero. Roger plays it super well. I think one of the reasons they also pick Slaughter as well is like to take that away from Roger. Like, sorry, not Roger. General. Yeah. General plays like such a good Slaughter, so we're gonna take that away, and then Navi just gonna pick the Mars, so they don't get like all these position 3s banned out in the second phase. That makes it really annoying for Navi to draft.
Yeah, and don't forget, of course, Io Slaughter. That combination has been absolutely brutal. Navi would love to have run that, so they're just going to take that out of their hands straight away. Do you think the Slaughter is going to be enough setup for the Ancient Apparition? Because with all the successful Ancient Apparitions I've seen, you have needed that lockdown, something like an arena, to just hold them still and allow the AA Blast to actually connect. Is the Slaughter enough?
Probably not. I think the Slaughter plays at a different pace than Apparition. So Slaughter's going to be more like advanced in the backlines. So the Apparition, like if you do long range Ice Blast, sure it can work. The heroes that I expect them to pick is like Void Spirit for this Apparition. Void Spirit, Ember Spirit, like the Spirit heroes are really good with Apparition. They can set up very well for this Ice Blast to land. So Sven would have been obviously nice. It's gone. PA banning out from Navi. That's a really good ban because Dagger Apparition, the lane is really strong, and you're pretty much going to be like the strongest carry with the Slaughter on your team as well. Really good against IO. So Navi banning out really good heroes here. But I do expect like a Void Spirit or some sort picked up from Live to Win. Maybe even a Puck. That's also really good.
And
they go with the Phoenix. Okay. So this Phoenix pick is, again, another block pick, I think, from Live to Win, because Mars Phoenix could have been a possibility. And Navi going for Avenge. Ooh, this makes me think they're going to go for a Medusa here. I don't like Drow. I really don't like Drow here for Navi. I think Drow, Io, Bench is like kind of like going to be hard unless Navi pick another mid hero who can frontline. I don't like Drow, but I do like Medusa. I think that could be interesting. And Medusa doesn't really care about Apparition that much. The thing about picking Drow for Navi is like they're gonna pressure themselves into picking another melee hero who can like stand in the front. Like Io wants to play with these heroes who can go in, right? If you pick a Drow and then you have the Venge as well, now you have like 2 heroes you don't have the option to connect with.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I mean, the Drow can have, the Medusa can have problems with the Slaughter. She's not like quite farmed up, but at the same time, we'll get Manta, maybe not too bad. Probably get Lotus on the Mars as well to try and counter that. And there's a Void Spirit for Live to Win. Navi, there it is, straight in with the Juicer. Just what we wanted to see.
All right. 2 for 2. I'll take that.
Yeah, doing good. Love that. But what do you think of the support G on the side of Live to Win? Because I've got worries about this. Phoenix and AA. I mean, these kind of feel like 2 heroes who just want to chill in the backlines, not really worry about getting into the fights too much. And they also feel like they need somebody who is going to like make them work, and I don't feel that Slardar
Mhm.
does that for them. In fact, I would say a Slardar is a hero which you need to make work. So I'd say almost Live to Win have 3 heroes which are missing their counterpart, and I don't think this last pick is going to be enough from Live to Win to fill that void, especially as a carry. So I'm a little bit confused about Live to Win draft.
Well, right now, Navi banned out Anti-Mage. I hated this ban. I think it's a terrible ban, in my opinion. I always talk about this. Like, Anti-Mage is not a good hero against Medusa.
Yeah.
Like, every hero in Dota has like a 30% win rate, at least, right? Sure, you can win against Dusa, but it's actually like a difficult matchup against Dusa. You can see in games where AM versus Dusa, what happens is Dusa gets farmed while AM is farming, and then she hits her timings faster, and then they just like walk down a lane and fight 5 versus 4 into your team, and the AM can't find the angle to blink in and like kill this Medusa because she's being protected and being buffed up. You know, Anti-Mage is one of the worst heroes like to get buffed up. He doesn't really utilize buffs that well, to be honest, compared to other carriers in the patch. That's why we don't see a lot of AM picked to begin with. But yeah, PL, that was a good ban, I think. PL can pretty hard counter Venge, Dusa, and IO.
Yeah.
PL is like a pretty decent hero because, you know, he doesn't commit to the fights like Anti-Mage does. He can just throw these illusions out and make a lot of chaos. So that ban I can agree with. It was nice. In terms of like the combination of heroes for Live to Win, I think this Voice Spirit kind of like made their lineup like really good because he can do a little bit of everything, right? He has enough damage. He can also do physical damage. He can set up for his apparition. He can protect the Phoenix, you know, the silence, the chaos in the fights. It all works, I think. And the Void Spirit can also play with the Slaughter. These 2 heroes being paired up can pretty much kill Venge, Mars, Io. Not a problem for them. The Dusa is really just a problem right now. So this last pick for Liv, the Dusa, one way or another. So that's what I'm not entirely sure of what hero they're going to pick up.
Well, that makes the Navi bans make much more sense then, because the AM and the PL, you know, PL with Diffusal and AM with Mana Burn, it does cause some issues for this Medusa, and that would give them some great ways to kill them. But let's have a look at this Navi pick here. I mean, they don't have long left, 27 seconds on the reserve timer. Any snap prediction coming in?
So they need a mid hero, someone who can fight constantly and not let the enemy run into your jungle.
Ember? Yeah.
So they picked both of the spirits up, Void and the Ember, the core ones, and now Live to Win their carry. It's not the easiest carry to pick because it's the last pick carry, and almost all the good ones have been banned. We do still have a Morphling available. That could be interesting for Live to Win here.
Morphling.
Spectre is still available too. I think Spectre could be nice. With the Void Spirit, you can always be the +1, try to kill like Io and the Venge in the fights first, and then try to like isolate the Dusa, deal with her later. That could be interesting. Yeah. But I think Morphling probably the best choice, honestly.
I really like that Morphling option as well. I think that would be great at just blowing out the Venge and the Io in the backlines.
I just don't like the
or Lifestealer.
I just don't like the Apparition Morphling lane, though. That's like a really bad lane. They could also pick another mid hero and put the Void Spirit as a safe laner. Dream can play Void Spirit. Yeah. That's also a possibility. They could put another mid laner. Now, the other mid laner they could put is kind of like a question, too. Unless you bust out like some random sniper or Shadow Fiend or something.
No, I'm gonna say Lifestealer over Morphling for me. I just kind of like the idea of having like another guy who can frontline for this Phoenix and this AA.
It's really bad against Dusa though. Lifestealer.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it's a very bad matchup. Because every time you rage, you go in, you just clicks her ultimate, and now you're running away while your rage is up, and then you just die. You just get chased down. So,
but I mean,
also they have a bench swap.
Yeah, I guess that can be annoying. I mean, my counterpoint there would be like these fights are looking quite long from Live to Win, but Naga Siren. She comes slithering up from her depths. Hello there. We haven't seen you in a long time. A dream. Naga can come out from Live to Win as their final pick to spice things up in this draft. Do you like it? Can see the cogs turning. Can see them working. Brain like maximum overcharge.
So this is a lot on FN now, like because of this Naga pick, right? Like this Naga needs an incredible amount of space. Now she can create some space of herself because she's playing against Venge and Io, but that's also going to give a lot of farm for Medusa now. Right? Now this Medusa has like all these waves coming in. She can just collect them and hit these insanely good timings. And Ember can deal with Naga as well. I'm going to have to favor Navi's draft here. I think this Naga is like a poor man's Phantom Lancer. in this game.
I
Like,
actually,
that's what happened.
I mean, I really like Naga as a hero, so maybe a little bit of bias here, but I actually really like this Naga pick. I think it does a lot for Liv to win. We were talking about how they need a carry, which is going to set up for the AA Blast and defend the egg and enable the heroes of Immersion and Seneko, and Naga can kind of do that with her ultimate, you know, and Net as well. There's actual possibility for her to make this happen. I think Liv to win's draft, though, is a bit too Galaxy Brain for me. Like, I like it, but, you know, I think... All right, I'd say if this was like Nigma, who are very, very good at like, you know, these mechanical combinations, very comfortable with the Phoenix, I would be favoring Liv to win massively, like regardless of skill level, but just like how they play. Liv to win, though, I just haven't seen enough to believe that they can pull off this draft. So whilst I really like it and think under some circumstances it could be the Dream, I don't think Dream's going to make it happen this time around, unfortunately. I'm going to go with Navi as well, but we'll see what happens here in game number 1, the very first game of the Dota pit. Let's get into it, Steven.
Let's do it indeed. I was hoping for you to choose Liv to win so we can have a wager on the line here, but you know, all right, you back down. You also went with the Navi.
I can't do it. I can't do it. You know, Navi, and they're using a stand-in on Liv to win as well. Like, come on, man, I'm not crazy. I do like that draft, I mean, but yeah, it's not quite enough to favor over Navi this game.
Dream has been playing with this team for a bit though, even though he is, you know, quote unquote stand, right?
Sure.
Like the last games, he's been playing with them, so it's not like they already knew that he was not part of this team. Maybe he is the new carry player of this team, so that could just be it. Because if ILTW left the team, like there's no way he's leaving the team if he's still playing. You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna stand in for this team is playing in the tournament. So I do assume that
a little bit weird.
Nah, so I'm pretty sure it was probably mutual and they just moved on. And I'm pretty sure Dream is just gonna be the carry for this team. So you guys don't need to think like, oh, they have a stand or whatever. Like Dream is the one they were playing with. So yeah. We're gonna see some cool Naga gameplay. That being said, like I really think this is a poor man's Phantom Lancer. Not the biggest fan of it. I think this Dusa is gonna just out carry this game at some point.
Well, we'll see how the cookie crumbles. Afterlife is going to be able to take the bounce rune down here. Meanwhile, at the top, a bit of trading going on between Dream and General as well. Dream actually taking a decent amount of damage here. Thankfully has that high armor, so the God's Rebuke doesn't do a ridiculous amount, but still, it hurts quite a lot.
Indeed. Just got poked out. She has pretty decent regen too, so...
Oh yeah, this was a Bracer Mars. This is a Mars with Shared Tango, Bracer, Fairy Fire. What an absolute...
And Nio.
Yeah, what a flex.
So the Aya's gonna give him a little bit of extra health regen, so this build makes a lot of sense. As soon as he gets that second bracer, he's a beast, man. That's 16 damage in the 2 items.
Yeah, Dream already having a miserable time up in this top lane as the harassment is just very, very severe from General and Rogers. You know, Seneco's trying to just come in with his chilling touches and be like, please, sir. I was actually just using it to try and get last hits, which didn't work. Oh dear. Well, hopefully things will start to improve up here in the top lane as Dream takes a little bit more harassment. Nothing more than that from General and Roger. They can't really secure kills here unless they get a really good spear, but, you know, they're going to be happy just to try and dominate this lane, and we'll see how this Naga does, and hopefully she gets herself more than a singular last hit in this lane, as the case is so far. Meanwhile, down at the bottom, we've got V-Tune on the Medusa, and we've got Vengeful being played by Always Wanna Fly versus Afterlife on the Slada, and Immersion on the Phoenix.
Yeah, this bottom lane should be pretty easy actually for the Dusa Venge. Normally Dusa Venge doesn't have the easiest time in the laning stage, but Slaughter Phoenix, not the best combination of offlaners. They will have a little bit more impact in the mid game, but in this laning stage, you're not going to be pressuring this Dusa whatsoever. So they really get away with that on the side of Navi here.
Yeah, she can chill a bit, pop the snake for these creeps. Oh, lovely, lovely. Look at that mana coming back as well. Vichin is very happy. Meanwhile, over towards mid, we've got Iceberg and FN, the 2 Spirit Brothers, just going to battle it out with one another. These guys, they kind of just nullify each other, really. Sometimes we see somebody pull ahead real hard if someone gets like a good rune or something, but generally, these lanes do tend to be quite even.
Indeed, it's just the runes, the 4-minute runes that we're looking out for. Looking back, I feel like I would have had more faith in Live to Win's draft had they banned out the Ember instead of the Puck, because then they could have taken away this Ember Spear hero who the Io can also play with in the mid game. So the Io would have only had the option to play with the Mars had the Ember been taken away. But right now, we're going to see some pair up with the Io Ember, and I think that's where the Void Spirit is going to have a lot of pressure being put on him.
Yeah, I mean, can Void Spirit jungle, or do you really want to see him rotating when he hits like the level 6s?
Oh, he cannot afford to jungle this game. If you see this Void Spirit actually jungling in this game, Live to Win are in a lot of trouble. Like, this Naga needs so much space that you need to constantly be playing with your teammates and trying to apply pressure to your opponent. You don't have any time to go into the woods yourself on Void.
Yeah, yeah. It really is going to be a battle of space here between the Naga and the Medusa. I think this game could feel very convincing if it ends up being one team can control the other's triangle or jungle area, so we'll keep an eye out for that.
So far, bottom lane looking super good for the Medusa. She's going to have a good start. She's going to get her items, go into the jungle, going to be farming really quickly. Her counterpart, Naga Siren, very much struggling. Mars is just like absolutely beasting on this lane with that HP regen from the IO. Like, this headdress is doing so much, right? This Mars has 11.5 health regen while that overcharges on him.
Yeah, I imagine Dream's probably going to be picking up this second Wraith Band and just kind of heading to the jungle and maybe sending some creeps to lane to see if she can scavenge some last hits, but I'm reckoning it's going to be pretty much jungle time from here on out for the Naga Siren.
Power rune time. It looks like Iceberg is not going to be able to refill his bottle. So is FN, because Soneko is just... Oh, he got it!
Oh, Soneko wasn't ready for it. Picks it up inside of the Sleight of Fist. Yes, you can do that.
Yeah, that was very greedy from Soneko. He wanted to, like, pick it up after Ember wastes some time coming to the rune, and he just gave Ember the chance to just slide and take it. That was max slide, right? Level 3.
Yep.
Really didn't expect that in the end. Oh, that is so bad for FN now. He's going to be pretty mad.
Yeah, he's not going to be too happy about that one. But, you know, one thing to be said about... Oh, okay. Soneko in some trouble now.
First blood.
No, one mistake after the other. Pops a Fairy Fire. General still chasing. Won't finish the job, though. Soneko will survive, and still no first blood in this game. 5 minutes in.
Right. Not bad. We're going to have some fights over the bounty runes too right now.
Yeah, Merchant trying to come forward. This is looking pretty greedy. V-Tune, does he have the damage? I think he very well might, although turning it around as Afterlife comes in towards Wanna Fly. He's got a Slithering Crush available. They're going to be able to take him down. And Merchant even swooping in for the kill. Bit greedy, but totally worth it as they bring down Always Wanna Fly. And actually, V-Tune could be in some trouble here as well. Not a bash available right now, but V-Tune is tanky enough to be able to survive through it. Has some Mana Shield also available, so Afterlife won't be getting this kill, but still very nice for them to get this kill down at bottom. And very much needed for the side of them to win.
Definitely. They need these 4 heroes to be very farmed, apart from the Naga, like in the early game, so they can keep applying pressure, and getting that first blood for themselves is good. They got kind of baited, right, on Always Wanna Fly. The Phoenix did have the Icarus dive available. V2 already used the Snake, so the damage output really wasn't there, but they still try to take that fight to Live to Win, and just giving away a first blood. A little bit of a mistake, I would say.
Yep, slight misstep, punished accordingly. Don't want to be giving stuff like that away. Meanwhile, Dream does still seem to be hanging around this top lane, which... I don't know, I mean, she seems to be starting to get a couple more CS off this Mars. General's still scary, but without the IO, General can be beaten down pretty heavily by these illusions. He can't take them out with the God's Rebuke. Naga's just got too much armor for that to happen.
Exactly, and Riptide also removing Mars's armor. He will take a lot of damage for sure from this, but Io will be able to come back top here and heal him up. The big thing that just happened in the last 10 seconds, though, man, is Iceberg picked up another rune. And this one is really strong with the skill build that he has.
Oh god. Double damage with 3 points in Sleight of Fist. Yeah, this is a big amount of smacks coming out from Iceberg if he wants to TP to a lane, or just kind of dominate in mid. Whatever he decides to do, he is going to be able to do it.
Yeah, so what this means is if Live to Win try to make an aggressive play, the Ember can TP in.
Up top, in comes FN, double jump forward straight onto General, trying to bring him down, and they will have the damage, or will they, as the heals come through? Is it enough? It is not. They get the kill, now they need to get themselves away, as Iceberg with his double damage coming through, looking for Soneko. He's got another Sleight of Fist, and this, oh my god, he takes him down, he absolutely destroys him. Roger coming through as well, helping out Iceberg to keep on going here. FN trying to jump to the side, but Iceberg just spamming out these slides. Is now out of mana, so might not be able to get off anymore, though. Oh, never mind, he's got the stick, he can throw down one more, does have the DD. FN walks into his face, just gets absolutely melted by the side of NAVI. They get 2 big return kills for Iceberg.
And that's it. He had the rune. I was saying, if Live to Win make an aggressive play, Iceberg is going to counter that fight instantly. He TPs right away with that DD, chase them down. It's not done yet, by the way. Dream is still in a lot of trouble here. He's just going to have to get out. All right. The DD is out, and he's out of mana.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So they got 2 kills for Mars. Completely worth it for the side of Navi. And the Naga also got kicked out of the lane.
Never refuse gold.
Pretty big plays from the side of Navi, really starting to assert their dominance on this map. When are we going to see this Slardar making some plays, or this along with the Void Spirit?
Yeah, the problem is the Slardar is also very far behind. He really lost his lane bottom badly. He's against 2 range heroes. The Phoenix can't really help him win the lane either. And he's not yet level 6. He's only level 5.5 at the moment. We'll get a few more XP here, but maybe if the Void wants to get a play with the Slardar, he's going to have to use a smoke. Immersion steals the haste. Big plays. Big plays. Like, at this stage in the game, these runes are worth dying for even.
Yeah,
not give to the enemy mid.
Fairly sure if he didn't get the haste rune, then it would have gone to Iceberg, and he would have certainly died on immersion. Yep. So his own life at stake there as he goes in for that one.
Not only that, there might have been even pressure on the other lanes. Like, if he didn't kill Immersion after he took the haste rune, like, he would hold on to that, and if Live to Win try to make an aggressive play, again, he will try to punish it with that haste rune. And that's even scarier than Immersion dying.
It looks like Mars was trying to make something happen top with his arena. You know, he's hit that level 6, does want to make something happen, but, you know, Live to Win, they're very aware of this. They don't want to give him the free opportunity to get himself a kill with that arena, so they're just keeping their distance. But this will mean a lot of pressure coming onto the tier 1 tower. And meanwhile, the same is not being replicated at bottom at all. This Medusa is just holding her ground, farming right under the enemy tower, and there's no pressure coming out onto the Radiant tier 1 in the safe lane.
Yeah, the Slardar's just taking so much damage from these snakes. And FN is trying to do some damage middle, but this top tower is already dead. They're just going to be able to def this mid right after that. I think Mars might be the hero who just wants to TP in first.
Yeah, get that big tanky boy in the front lines and scare them off. Looks like it's going to be Ember coming back into lane. Thankfully, the taunt will miss, but they're really not committing to this, actually. Live to Win. They're really not committing to this.
No, they're not. And this is the problem with the Naga Siren, right? The Naga can't really help you take objectives at the moment. She didn't have the best lane for herself, and she doesn't provide anything, right, in the early fights. She needs items. She needs space created by her team. And Live to Win are really struggling right now because mid and bottom also didn't go so well for them.
Certainly didn't. There's very few heroes to make plays with an Anti-V-Tune coming up into this high ground, looking for an aggressive movement. Looking to bring down Seneko, might be able to do so. One more click will do the job. Meanwhile, General pops the arena, takes a lot of damage. V-Tune's got to defend him with the Stone Gaze and chase them back. And meanwhile, the Phoenix gets speared down and killed off by Iceberg. So that's going to be a good couple of kills, and now they take control off the enemy triangle. This is exactly what we said we didn't want to see happening here, but, well, it's happening.
Yeah, that was really nice for them to just go for the bounty. General instantly pops that arena just so he can secure the bounty rune. And this also leaves 2 bounties on the top side for Navi to take as well.
Always want to fly, jumping on in here. Dream, he's going to have to level the ultimate, pop the ultimate. He actually seems to be trying to set up for something, but they don't have the supernova, they don't have the ice blast. These ultimates are not available to combo up here. Always want to fly is actually even going to be able to survive this one, perhaps. Does get frozen solid, and Dream's going to come in and just get the key to kill. Okay, fair enough. And I'll go towards General as well. Now, General's got to be careful because there's a lot of anti-armor. The air blast will be leveled up, but unfortunately doesn't quite clip him, so they're going to have to do it without it, but they might be able to do so anyway. They've got so much anti-armor that the Mars is going to melt. They get themselves Avenge and the Mars. This could be a win for Live to Win, but Iceberg trying to make that not the case. He jumps in onto the Slardar. Slardar needs to get himself away. Guardian sprint needs to be a lot quicker than this, and Iceberg's on him like a flash, brings him down, gets himself another kill. Won't be able to get FN here, but all the same, a nice little retribution for Navi, and kind of settling the scores, making things even down here in this bottom engagement.
Live to Win, they tried something. They at least managed to get the Mars and the Venge. But again, this play leading into any objectives. So they're not going to be able to get back this goal lead that Navi has at the moment.
They certainly
and
are not.
Just go,
General
back to
looking
farming.
for the Naga here. Might be able to find it. There's a reload coming in as well. They're going to bring in the Medusa. There's too much damage for Dream to deal with. This Naga Siren, she's just going to get run down.
Wow.
Oh no. Huge kill. General sets it up with the arena. Roger comes in with the reload, brings in the big guns, and down goes the Naga Siren. That is absolutely atrocious. And meanwhile, Roger is going to get killed on the rebound, but very, very slight consolation prize. Oh, always would have flies here as well. Void Spirit doesn't dodge the stun though.
And the Dusa gets dropped off at the top lane too, exactly where she wants to be and where she can farm very quickly. Already has a Yasha 6,000 net worth on this Dusa. Gonna be having Manta very quickly in this game, maybe by 14 minutes even. That's a very fast Manta, Nomad.
Yeah, it is.
Scary Dusa already. And they got three cores leading the network charts right now on Navi side. So you can see how well this early game has been for Navi. And they're not going to stop here.
No, they most certainly are not. They do finally get that bottom tier 1 tower for the side of Live to Win, but, you know, a very minor tower at this point. The Medusa does not want to be farming in her own jungle, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. AA Blast is going to clip onto Roger and Iceberg. I mean,
they don't care.
Yeah,
it did almost nothing, and there's no heroes here to defend this. They got the mid tower now. Live to Win, they get bottom. Sure, it's good, but mid tower is so much more important, and now Dream is just getting completely kicked out of his triangle. This feels so bad if
they even take her creeps as well. She almost had that big one, and then they come in with a sleight of fist, take the big creep, and leave it with nothing.
And check out VTune here too. Like, he's also going with his team here to invade this jungle. He likes those creeps. They don't only want to take over the area, they also want to take away the farm from Live to Win by eating it up themselves. And VTune he's feeling really good with himself right now with the IO protecting him. The bench can also swap him out if they're in danger. At this rate, this Dusa is going to end this game without any deaths.
Does seem that way, though. They found Afterlife in the trees here. He tries to make his way through. Nice little quell, but unfortunately it's not going to make much of a difference. They have found the Slardar. He's going to go down, sets him back even further from that Blink Dagger. And this is a big problem, you know, Slardar's so underfarmed. FN's doing okay, but still doesn't quite have enough. He's going to have to use up Iceberg, try and get himself away. Iceberg won't connect with those chains, doesn't even try it, and just lets FN escape. Although General says, hey guys, how's it going? Unfortunately, this might be a little bit more damage than he's prepared for. He's being controlled up pretty well. Oh, in he comes. Roger doesn't make a difference, so still dies the Ice Blast in the fountain, and now Roger is going to be coming back to a very swift demise, I would imagine.
I really didn't like that play from General. Like, yeah, Iceberg must have told him that there was a Arcane Rune on the Void Spirit. That is the one thing you don't want to... Oh, no, always want to fly
Navi, come on, save your buddy Syndrome. We've all been there, but this is a little bit sloppy, friends.
Yeah, I think as soon as Iceberg makes a call that, hey, if FN took the Arcane Rune, like, General should have not even tried to walk up that hill. That rune is so big for a Void Spirit. He can pretty much take on your whole team, do an insane amount of damage, and that's exactly what we saw. Like, marched in front of that apparition and the Void Spirit, and then this IO and bench just trying to save him, also feeding away 2 more kills. General though, he does find the Naga. There's no relocate here, so it's just a little bit of harassment.
Yeah, she's cool with it. She's cool, but yeah, VTune having finished up that Manta and 1,000 gold already into that Skadi. Meanwhile, poor old Naga Siren nowhere near the Manta just yet. Still over 1,000 gold away from it. Not where she wants to be. That said, Slardar does finally finish up his Blink Dagger. Maybe we'll see a bit more impact now from Afterlife.
Yeah, she's like 1,300. She's got that Manta style recipe first. I think she bought it thinking she might die somewhere. But yeah, like you said,
near was a little harsh, but
yeah, that was a bit hard. That's what I wanted to say, because she's almost got it. She's almost got it. But the problem still, the Dusa is just ahead above this Naga at the moment. And if you want to be beating Dusa, you're gonna need to be ahead above Dusa actually as a Naga Siren.
I believe so as well. I mean, am I crazy in thinking I wanted to see Live to Win make some fights happen, utilizing the Song of the Siren into the Supernova, into the AA Blast? Like, I can see some really nice combos here from the side of Live to Win, and we just haven't seen that.
The problem with the combos is they need to be used when Navi are making a mistake and grouping up like heavily, right? But you can't be the one actively looking for that, because you're just going to be using like time, like looking for the fights. You should be using it farming at this stage in the game. Right? Okay. So if Navi ever give that opportunity to make those plays, then Live to Win will take it. They can't force it.
And then they go, utilizing the Blink Dagger. They're trying to blow up Iceberg as quickly as possible. Iceberg, he has got a Remnant. It's not going to be enough to keep him alive, though. I don't think he's got that Frostbite on top of him. Let's see. Taken away. Oh, immersion! He just swoops in. Drive-by. Bang, bang, Iceberg. He is dead. Oh my
Oh, that was
goodness,
so
what a
good.
play. Utilizing the vision of the corrosive haze. That was so sick.
Yeah, and he got so much XP and gold from that too. He is so happy at the moment. Level 2 egg
Oh.
is now up.
Oh, FN just astral steps into a spear. General just like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Damn, live to win. They really doing something with that misplay from Navi a little bit earlier with those 3 deaths. They brought the
Taking back
Goldie back
control.
down to like 1k. Yeah, they're getting a lot of farm right now. Like this Naga is starting to shine a bit more. She's got some good stats for her illusions to farm on the map, and I do think VTune is spending a lot of time like playing with the team instead of just maximizing his farm.
General's such a lunatic.
But that's okay.
Getting his team a kill on Snako, his team comes in behind her, but no, he just rocks up into their faces, and because he's been doing this all game, like they make the slight they don't expect him to have his team with him this time. They try and turn him around, blow him up, and it turns out he's got a team. Luckily, the EA is the only one to pull from this, but although Dream's
he's
sticking
not done
around.
yet though. Yeah, and they have a relocate.
They stun the
wanna kill
wrong
the
one.
Naga.
They realize this. Afterlife's going to jump in onto General, drops down the corrosive haze, swap out from always want to fly. That's going to put General in a lot of trouble. In fact, he's going to lose his life. Naga, going to pop the song? No, thinking about it. She's pumping it, and she's not going to use it all. She's actually going to jump in and try and kill off the Venge. Now we're going to see some singing? No, because VTune's going to sing her song instead. Medusa going to drop the Stone Gaze. Ultimate drop though from the Phoenix. The song at the same time.
Boy.
There comes the Supernova crashing on down onto Medusa. AA Blast going to come through as well. Everything thrown onto VTune. The snake will fall, and the Naga is queen as they move across the Ember Spirit. Net's going to come through as well. They're slowed down, but they will be able to chop through another hero. 4 kills from the side of Live to Win. Beautiful team fighting from this team. That's what we like to see.
That was so good. That's exactly what you were talking about, right? The team fight with the sleep, the egg combo, and Navi gave it to them. Like, they did not force that team fight. They let Navi come into them. Mars, he went past his vision. He really wanted to find his Naga, get that relocate in, and the IO had to make a really tough decision. Am I going to leave the Dusa here, or am I going to take her back? He saw that Ember was there. It looked like it was a winning fight, so the IO decided to leave the Dusa there. Then the sleep came out, and it just completely
look at
destroyed
that.
them.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's what we're waiting for. The song with the Supernova, with the AA Blast. Like, that is exactly what you want to see from these team fights. And now
So good.
the net worth advantage is no longer for Navi. These teams are equal, and the Naga is catching up with that Medusa. Still has a way to go, but she's got her Manta now. That's going to increase her farming speed a hell of a lot and allow Dream to really start to take over these lanes.
Yeah, and they're just going to go straight into the
Roche.
Roshan pit right now on Navi. There's no egg up. They feel like this is a good chance. No egg, no sleep especially. Sleep is like... Song of the Siren is the Roche killer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just gets put to sleep and you just go in, steal the Aegis. So they're going to take this chance to get it back.
Roger.
I was so
Getting
surprised
pretty low
that-
to
at that
Roshan.
fight.
If he gets caught in this Ice Blast, luckily he's just outside of the range and it won't clip onto him. And Roshan looking like the Ice Blast. Just going to do nothing but help out with the Roshan attempt, to be honest. Down it shall go. Featuring grabs an Aegis, and now Medusa is going to be a whole lot scarier.
And they trade the bottom tower. Understood on Live to Win. They just can't take this fight without the egg or the sleep, so... Just get what you can off the map. It is only the first Aegis. This is not going to have, like, for the Dusa. But I'd be on this Dusa. I hope so, too. It's always fun.
It is in the last tournament. I feel like rapiers become more common as patches grow older.
Definitely.
Hence the huge amounts of Why is that?
I think it's just the effect of Rapier. Like, this Rapier has been the best it's ever been.
Uh-oh, swap. Is it enough to save him? No, it is not, because FN's got this fancy little Aghanim Scepter, and that's got to grab him a clean couple of kills in the middle lane, and they might do exactly that.
Dude, FN has been so good these past couple of weeks. He had, like, a really hard game, but he's, you know, kept his composure. And look at that, they're going to go back in.
Medusa, there's the first life gone. Uh-oh. Luckily they don't have an AA blast because they don't really have the mana on Soneko. Rena's going to come down, but he's going to give his life for this one. Vici just going to drop the Stone Gaze and try and make this fight actually happen. Naga, she's just patiently waiting on the side. So going to pop the song actually and just stop Navi chasing for anything more here. So kind of just countering each other's ultimates here. It's going to feel pretty bad for the side of Navi losing that Aegis for nothing. Live to Win is just fighting so well.
Not only the Aegis, they lost the IO and the Venge buybacks too. So those heroes, if they die, they're gone for a very long time. Like the Dusa, the reason why she died so quickly there is because she didn't have mana shield on.
Whoops.
She got the hit with the taunt and then she just died instantly without mana shield on. So that was very surprising for Navi. Like she got caught out like that.
Yeah, that shouldn't really be happening. I think that's fair to say. Is there any reason to turn your mana shield off past, like, you know, Manta timing?
No, not really.
Well,
so Live to Win such a big comeback in this game, honestly. Like, they just punished Navi for their aggression in this game. And all of a sudden, Naga and Void Spirit are looking insanely farmed. FN has a Boots of Travels now. He's going to have such good presence in this game. And they're already having a really hard time in killing him.
So all in all, the game is looking pretty good now for Live to Win as they've managed to close that gap down on the Juicer. And, you know, the difference isn't really in the Naga. This is what we expect from the Naga Dota, but FN is just having an absolute standout performance in this game. He's finding loads of farm, he's making a huge impact in these team fights, he's setting up the kills, and he's really showing off on this Void Spirit and bringing his team back into this game.
Dire are scanning.
So what are the biggest mistakes Navi can make right now to overstep?
Mistakes?
You know? Yeah, what have they been doing, and what do you want them to kind of tighten up on to bring them into a more controlled position in this game?
They just gotta play behind the Dusa, right? And if the Mars really wants to catch people, I understand you have an IO relocate, you can kill people with just the Mars arena, but Ember needs to beat it. Mm-hmm. And another thing is, Ember went for a Desolator build. I really dislike Embers who buy Desolators. I feel like it's always so all in. Like people who buy Deso and Ember, it's like they don't have enough damage in their lineup, or it's just so awkward. I would have rather seen him go like this Maelstrom route, like items that can help even kill the Naga illusions. That's one thing. Yule's control against the Slaughter would also be really nice, or the Void Spirit. The Deso just doesn't make sense. Like other than amplifying your Dusa's damage a little bit, with your sleight of face, applying Deso debuff to all the heroes that you hit, like, what's the point? So this is very awkward for me, I think. And Iceberg, he realized that himself. He's going for a straight BKB now to try and stay alive in the fights. He has not been having a lot of impact in this mid game.
I want to actually disagree. I kind of like the Desolator. I think with the AoE physical damage you've got on both the Mars and the Medusa, it does have its value this game. Would I like to see a Maelstrom instead? Yeah, with the way it's going, yeah, I would. But I think with the pace they were playing it before, when they were pretty far ahead, like I kind of feel like this greedy item was okay for Iceberg to go through. Unfortunately, a couple of team players didn't quite go their way. Maybe partly because of the Desolator pickup, but I think this item does pay big dividends in this game, especially if you combo it up with the Wave of Terror. It just kind of amplifies the Medusa and the Mars's output a little bit this game. So
you gotta play in a way that your item works, right? The way that they're playing the map out and how they want to fight, it doesn't seem like this was the best choice.
Yeah.
Right. If you're trying to catch people, then Deso doesn't seem like it. Like is the best choice. Like if you want to buy a Deso, then you should be going to enemy objectives. You should be making them come to you and fight you instead of you running into them and trying to catch your opponents.
Okay.
So that's why I'm really like shook about this. When I saw him queue it up, I was like, oh no, not one of these games. You know, it's always kind of disastrous in my opinion. Like it just doesn't help you live either, right? And you're playing against Void Spirit, you're playing against Sodar minus armor. Like you need ways to deal with these two heroes like going on you.
You certainly do. You most certainly do. Well, it is I mean, this scoreline is one of the most interesting things. 8-17 really just kind of highlight the difference between FN and Iceberg and the way they've played these games respectively. We'll see if Iceberg's build does start to pay off in the future. It's very greedy. Definitely feeling like he's probably regretting things right now. Naga, she's basically got the Eye of Skadi and then going straight in for that Butterfly. That's going to force Medusa's hand and probably cause her to want to build that rapier once she sees that. But that's a long time in the future. Yeah, we've got a lot of Dota to be played before that point. Meanwhile, Seneco's dead. He's just gone. He's gonna get his chips assaulted by Iceberg, easily taken down. He's looking for the next one as well. I don't think they're gonna find anybody up here though.
Hastrun, Ember, finding Apparition. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, fire melts.
Feels
ice,
always
unfortunately.
so bad. Yep.
It does. Ooh, I like immersion. He's going for a Heaven's Halberd as his next item. Absolutely love this. Are they going for multiple Heaven's Halberds or just the one so far? It's just the one so far. Maybe like to see the Slardar pick one up after his BKB. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good on Phoenix.
Is under attack.
It's just really nice to drop it on the Dusa when you're diving in and then you pop the Nova. And they're just not going to be able to kill your egg anymore. So, very smart item decision here. Makes you quite tanky too.
Yeah, I guess that's another thing you could have said about the Maelstrom on Iceberg as well, is that you could turn it into a Mjolnir later on and have another egg killer on your team, which feels like it's definitely needed this game.
Well, it's just so good against Naga, Mjolnir,
Yeah.
right? I just don't... Again, this Desolate doesn't also help you push out lanes as fast as like a Maelstrom. Oh, we'll see what happens.
They're jumping in here. Stun's going to miss, so V-Tune's going to have time to get off the Stone Gaze, so they're just going to back themselves away. Dream, though, thinking of popping that song and holding them back, but no, not going to do so. Just going to play it out patiently here. These Illusions doing a decent amount, but Afterlife and Immersion going for the wraparound here. They're looking for a big target. They're going to jump straight onto General as they've got the Supernova down right in their face. The swap comes out from Always Want to Fly. FN still chasing General. He's going to try and save him with Roger. Roger, he's going to be able to do that. The Supernova's going to get dropped for Always Want to Fly. I mean, it's a kill. They don't have buyback. The songs come out. They found the Ember. He doesn't have a Remnant up. He's in some real trouble as they're going to drop down the taunt. He's got the BKB, try and get himself away. Stun comes in from Slardar, but Medusa comes in from behind. They're looking to take this fight, and they might just do so. Slardar's going to get dropped. The Naga's in some trouble. He doesn't have a song. She doesn't have anything. FN's going to jump in, try and get the silence up. They've got too much damage. They bring down the Naga Siren inside the arena. And Navi take a fight back. And now they're looking across to FN as well. General, he's got a spear available in 4 seconds. I'm not sure it's going to be enough, as General does have a bunch of spells to get himself away. So it will just be the 2 kills, but some very, very big kills for the side of Navi.
Absolutely huge kills. That was a really nice swap from Always Want to Fly first, like getting General out of there, keeping him alive. IO healed him up. And then that Ember with the BKB. I'm not sure if Live to Win saw that he had a BKB there, because if they did, after they popped asleep, I think they should have just backed off, right? You don't have enough time to burst that Ember right away with that BKB up, and they just still stuck around, gave enough time for that second searing chains to come out, and it was just very simple for Navi to just join up into the fight and kill them.
The Spirit Brothers are having a bit of sibling rivalry down here in the bottom lane, it seems. And
Iceberg has no mana.
They're going for this. Ice Blast coming through. He's got the BKB. That's not going to save him, I don't think. They've still got the Frostbite on top of him, and he will pop to Seneko. What an absolute play from Live to Win.
Oh. Iceberg, way too cocky right there. He had almost 0 mana, but he still stuck around to try and kill that creeper. He could have just used one slight walk away, come back, push the lane out, but
Hey man,
probably forgot that there's an apparition in the game.
my 4K brain, I'm seeing that guy farming under his tier 3. I'm like, he's fine, he's good, nothing bad can happen here. Tier 3 equals safety to us simpletons, but Iceberg's certainly not a simpleton. Just getting over cocky there. Meanwhile, Afterlife looking for the IO, and actually finds him. Great blink in. The swap comes out from Always Want to Fly, always there to save his homies. However, he is going to get run down. Meanwhile, FN, he's looking to finish off the IO, will do exactly that. Dream not really committing too much here as they finally take down the middle tier 1 tower at 28 minutes into the game. It will crumble, but this really does just reiterate the problems they have with pushing down these towers on the side of Live to Win.
So this all started because the Ember died bottom, right? It's a 4v5 situation. Live to Win are like, it's go time, guys. Let's try to surround this mid. They get 2 picks on the supports, take the mid tower. They lose so much map control on Navi now. Live to Win has an incredible hold on this map at the moment. They have to wait for this IO to come back. By the way, the IO is dead for this long because of that buyback from earlier in the game.
Yeah.
If you remember. They're going to need to wait 30 more seconds before they can actually penetrate this high ground.
Radiant are scanning.
Meanwhile, the side of Navi have a quickening charm. I'm a little bit surprised Ember Spirit doesn't want this. Seems like he's committed to the Ember. Meanwhile, Supernova in the middle lane. They're going to try and drop them down as they get on top of the Medusa. She's kind of being controlled up right now. Supernova's going to crack onto her head. They pull down the Lotus Lord, but the entire team just piling onto the Medusa, and they will be able to take her out. Meanwhile, I Always Want to Fly also goes down on the side, but Medusa's being way too far at the base, whilst the IO was dead.
Radiant structures
Navi, they're really crumbling here. all they had to do was just wait for the IO to revive and then pair up with the Dusa, and that's it.
Iceberg, not again. Iceberg, no, he pops a BKB. Is it too late though? They've got the stun out onto Roger's trying to come in and help him out with the heals. He's actually turning it around. Slada's going to be the one who goes down instead. FN's got to run himself away. They don't get the kill onto Iceberg. This time, he comes through.
Yeah, that IO with that overcharge, so much attack speed for the Ember. That Imclaw Desolator doing a lot of physical damage at least. Naga, that's a real Naga.
Oh, that was a very much needed man to dodge there from Dream. He's going to try and go for the TP away, and they don't unfortunately have the spells to stop her doing that.
Yeah, if that Naga got pinned there, it could have been very scary with the Venge coming in.
Cut off indeed. All destruction now found. Oh, I think oh, it's on the side of Live the Win. Well, anyone can take that on their team.
Yeah. Oh, Ember with an Orb of Destruction. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be. But
minus 11 armor and a big slow applied. Oh, Slaughter is actually TPing behind Navi. Wait, this could be bad for Slaughter. Do they see him? They must have
He's
seen
under
him, right?
wards. He's under wards. They absolutely know about this. And there comes the Yules. He doesn't have his BKB for another 2 seconds. Not that it's going to matter as they chain lock him down, and they will be able to take down that fishy. See you later, bud.
That damage. Incredible. And Roshan, it's up. It's up.
Oh no, it respawns immediately. They need to do something about this, and they are sending in the illusion. They are sending in the AA blast. They're going to know this is going on. Is this going to be enough to scare back Navi? It's not. There is no buyback on the Slardar. That is a problem. That is a real problem. They're going to try and do this. Supernova comes in on top of them. Saneko, he needs to try and help him out here. Nothing's stopping them from killing the Supernova. It's going to go down. Vichun gets a kill. Roger always want to fly a sideswipe in the backlands. It's getting exploderized as Dream trying to play around here. Chains out come into him. Manta in response. FN and Dream just linking up with each other. They'll also kill a courier casually on the side. Navi holding the high ground, but FN says no, he actually comes with the TP. He snipes him. Iceberg gets wrecked, and now he comes straight back into the engagement. Though he's looking for revenge. The Yules from FN. The jump away. There's so much wasted. Saneko, he does get left behind a little bit, drops down the air blast, connected onto 4 heroes in his dying breath, but FF is just absolutely playing them at this point. Stream, he's thinking of doing something here on the backline. This is so risky, but they can't give away this Roshan. Imagine with the buyback, they're going to actually be able to chase them away from this pit. Vichun, he doesn't want to turn his back on Roshan, but he might not have a choice here as Live to Win heroes are coming back into the mix. They don't have their Ancient Apparition. Na'Vi have everyone. It's going to be a really tense few minutes here for both of these teams as we decide who gets Roshan. Looks like Na'Vi are coming back into the pit. They've got Vichun, they've got Roger, they've got Always Want to Fly. Oh, this is scary.
That was so good from Live to Win. Just even sacrificing that Phoenix to pop the Nova and delaying this Aegis. They don't have a sleep anymore though, so it's very hard to actually commit into
going
this.
low. They want to make the steal. They're coming in for it. Can they get there in time? They cannot. Vichun gets the Aegis, and now we're in a really awkward position to the side of Live to Win. It looks like Half-Life might just get chopped down by the arrows of the Juicer. AA Blast coming through, doing his kind of work, but Cheese comes out from Iceberg, keeps him alive. FN, has he finally bitten off more than he can chew? He does get that Yules off onto himself, but unfortunately he just doesn't have the spells. Will get mowed down by the Juicer. Even popping the Stone Gaze, and Immersion's going to be the next target here. He's not going to survive this one either. Oh, Live to Win. They tried so hard, they got so far, but in the end, it just doesn't matter. Dream does pop the song here, should get herself away, but that was a close spear. That was a real close spear. Luckily, the Naga Siren does escape, but oh my god, what an absolutely catastrophic series of events for the side of Live to Win.
Yeah, they really did not want this Aegis and Cheese to go the way of Navi, especially with Iceberg having spent his buyback there. And now, with the Void Spirit dead and the Phoenix dead, the Phoenix did buyback in that last fight. They feel so confident to just walk into the high ground here. Not a problem. Iceberg got that minus armor for the tower too. Yep.
I've never in my life seen an AA try to split the creep wave.
I mean, they don't have any more waves, so they're not going to be able to go to this top racks anymore. They're just going to have to go back and try to kill this apparition.
Oh,
not bad.
I love that. I love that. Did you see that? He TP'd back in front of the creep wave. Na'Vi stopped chasing him, and he's just like, just kidding. I'm still treating that creep wave.
Just buy enough time. But he's probably going to be dead now.
Worth it.
Be dead now, but he has a buyback. Oh, he's not dead. He's fine. They gave up.
Yeah,
they gave up.
Seneko, God, wait. What are they doing here? They're TPing in with FN. They're looking for some plays. They're looking to go for something. FN's going to jump into the forward, find himself the Venge. General's even hanging around. He's got to be careful. Luckily, the silence doesn't quite clip onto him, but FN, he's got this. Yours. I spoke to the neighborhood as well. Will they control up Mars is a question. Dream's going to throw out that net. They've got him locked down. Medusa is in from behind. They're going to pop the arena and try and make a fight of this one. Seneko a bit too far forward. He's going to get cut down. Meanwhile, Dream actually just inside the arena. The Naga is dead. Uh-oh. They got a little bit too overconfident. Seneko shaking his boots a little too hard, and now they're in some trouble. Afterlife, he's going for a run. He's going for a swim. Going to move into the tree line and try and TP himself away, but they see him. They've got the vision somehow. They're pinging him out desperately, but they won't have the lockdown to stop him getting out. But all the same, Dream dying. You know, every time that happens, it's a huge stumble for Live to Win.
Indeed, they need Dream to just constantly be pushing these lanes out, delaying Navi's pressure, and with 40 seconds being down, they can get all these lanes out, try to take these towers bottom, or maybe even go into the high ground top. I doubt they're going to go high ground top. It looks like Dusa really wants to farm out these creeps first and try to make her way to the Rapier. That's what she's got planned next. And this is really good, right? You got the Io to support you. You got the Mars who can protect you with the Lotus and buff you with the Solar Crest. And this Rapier Dusa. I'm not sure if Live to Win have an answer for this.
I'm not sure either. They've just lost so much in the past few minutes that this game's just completely turned on its head. What would you put it down to? The previous mistakes? Was it bad shot calling or a couple of individual misplays?
No. That last engagement, I mean, it all happened because of Roshan, right? And that was because of Slaughter. The Slaughter TP'd onto the outpost where his team was like nowhere nearby to be able to help him out. And he also didn't pop his BKB when, you know, he was in danger. So he pretty much died back to back, was there for like almost 100 seconds. Now he had all that time to like plan out this map. So when they were doing the Roshan, Live to Win just kept throwing bodies at this pit so they don't get this Aegis and Cheese. But Navi did manage to kill this apparition who didn't have a buyback, and it was still a 4v5 for Live to Win. So they couldn't go back in and protect that Rosh the second time around. And Navi with this second Aegis and Cheese, we know what happens on second Aegis and Cheese. Like a team just completely takes over the game.
Yeah. Very tactical match here, and they're actually trying to look at Medusa here. I mean, she's still got the Aegis for another 40 seconds, so not really a target they can realistically take down.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she swapped her item. She's not going for the Rapier. Going for the Butterfly. Indeed. I guess because the Aegis is running out, right? She doesn't want to really make any risky plays at the moment. But maybe for the third Roshan.
Seneko, buddy. Well, he's actually kind of forcing the Medusa forwards. Drops down the AA blast now onto V-Tune. They might be thinking of TPing her away with Roger. Yeah, don't really need to. They've still got that Aegis, though. Only for 10 seconds. Have to be cognizant of this Navi. Live to Win, they might want to make that strike happen right as that timer runs out. Try and catch him off guard.
Oh, they have so many words outside this base for Live to Win as well. Aegis is out. FN just clearing some creep waves. This is really good from FN.
Oh, I love this guy. He's playing him so hard.
Yeah, he's got spider legs, boots of travels, Kaya and Sanj. Like, he's good.
Alrighty, well, Aegis gone. Navi, though, certainly not feeling that perturbed by the fact they don't have that Aegis anymore. They still got V-Tune sitting at 26k gold.
Is that 3 wards outside of Live to Win's base they planted for this fight? Where's the sentries, guys? Oh no.
1 sentry, 3 wards, let's see it. Slaughter in the middle of everything right now. This fight might just be starting, folks. Although the BKBs pop from the Slaughter, they get the Stone Gaze song immediately to its response from the Naga Siren just to reset. And they might be setting up here. They've got the AA Blast come down onto the Medusa and the Io. They're going to land on them perfectly. FN coming in with the silence as well. They just want to bring down the Io as quickly as possible. The swap comes out. Royce on the fly. Trying to keep Roger alive. Might just do so, but no, FN swipes on the backlines. The all Supernova comes up in the front. They're not going to be able to do anything to take this down. So now they have to play it defensively. They're still trying to look for something. I suppose actually popped Seneko. Okay. He's got a Daedalus apparently. Well, Seneko just found that one of the hard way, but now he's getting run down here. He does have himself a Slider Fist. He does have himself a Chains, but unfortunately the net connects from Dream, and that's going to put an end to Iceberg. Die back from him. 120 seconds. No Ember Spirit. They didn't get the big Medusa kill, but they got just about everybody else.
Yeah, that fight was so difficult for Navi to take because of that vision that Live to Win had outside the base. They had 3x the vision. So they can see the support, they can see the IO, they can see the Venge, and it made it so easy for FN to just jump in, find that key kill onto Roger, and Navi just had to start backpedaling in this fight. Like, there's just no way they can stand their ground anymore. This is huge. 80 seconds for Ember.
There's going to be a lot of damage down. Then V-Tune's actually pretty far on the front lines, but oh no, FN! He gets tapped out! General catches him!
FN.
Oh, the first real mistake we've seen from FN here, but it's a biggie. This is completely going to stop them being able to do what they want, and now the reload forwards from V-Tune and Roger, but the TPs away from Live to Win are in. Meanwhile, Dream is playing risky. She's trying to cut some waves here. Will not be seen, but yeah, should be okay. General though, he's looking, he's hunting. They find the Slardar. Uh-oh, Spear comes in. V-Tune's on top. Pew, pew, pew. Taste my arrows, little fish.
Alright, Navi, they're going to completely dominate this map. 60 more seconds on Void to revive. And if both spirits are off the board, then I think Navi are the ones who are going to be very happy about that. This Void Spirit, pretty much the only hero who can actually get rid of Roger in these fights. Oh, there it is. 3 words? Oh no, he only found one.
He only found one.
I always want to
That's very sad. Oh, they might find Sneko though. Sneko does pop the Ghost Scepter. Snake's going to catch him out, slow him down. V-Tune on top of him. Down goes the AA. Gets off the A Blaster's final words, but unfortunately, that is a dead. Support has buyback at least, but they might not be able to stop these barracks from falling.
Oh, look at that attack
5
speed.
seconds. Yeah, that's insane.
We got Solar Crest, we got Roger's Overcharge. Dusa has Scotty, Butterfly, Mjolnir. All these items giving a massive amount of attack speed. Man. This Dusa is just right now. I can't wait to see the Aegis plus the Rapier pickup for V-Tune. I mean, not that he needs it, but it would be pretty cool, right?
You're just a masochist, a sadist, sorry. You just like watching people suffer, don't you? Watching this juicer walk up the high ground
like
and then going,
rapiers.
well, we have nothing to do with this.
You asked me a question earlier about Rapier, why it's become so popular. Well, I think it's just a change to the item where it gives you 100% piercing on evasion.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, it didn't have that special ability. It didn't have True Strike, right?
Yeah.
So it was just like raw damage, and it was just an absolutely terrible item at that point. And I think it only gave like 250 damage as well. So back then, it wasn't that good of an item, but now that it pierces evasion, it's literally the best for dealing with butterflies and any small evasion talents or halberds and stuff. And it does, and it gives a lot of damage too.
Yeah,
330. Oh yeah, there's also that part.
That little factor. Nice little
just
cherry on the cake. We've got a bit of smokes coming down. Icebergs with the invis though, right on top of their faces. He's gonna say what up to Slardar. Slardar might be in some trouble. Pops the BKB just before the spear comes down. Now FN looking for a bit of revenge. They jump into the Mars. Might be able to take him down. Swap comes in from Always Want to Fly once again. There's a supernova on top of V-Tune. Try to take it down. Abyssal Blade comes out from the Naga Siren to stop that egg from falling. Meanwhile, the arena on the backline, so it's gonna catch out both Afterlife and FN. FN still has the spells. Try and make his way around this. Meanwhile, General finally is gonna die. He's not actually, and now the damage coming in from the Medusa. It's too much. Dream gonna pop the song and just try and TP herself away. They are bailing on this one, and they will be able to do so successfully with 3 of their heroes, but losing their Slardar, losing their Phoenix, and losing Sneko as well as General gets on top of him, and I don't think he's going to be surviving this one somehow. Another hero goes down. Live to Win. They just can't win these fights unless they go absolutely perfectly for them.
Oh, they can't. They're just way too far behind now. The dude 25 is just like a lightning arrow in the fights. The Naga Siren just like can't even stand in the fight to attack this Dusa or anybody else because just getting constantly slowed up. Slaughter, same thing, slowed up, takes so much damage, doesn't really have much armor either, and now they got an Aegis up. They're just gonna walk bottom, take tower, high ground, no problem for Navi anymore.
Not at all an issue. Oh boy. Live to Win. They've performed admirably. The comeback potential looks real, but unfortunately Navi, they pull it together. And now, well, this Medusa, I mean, she's got more items than she knows what to do with. Her backpack is full.
Going for a Moon Shard next. Gonna
Casual.
eat that up.
Yep. Nope, just one hit the tower.
Right.
Moon Shard, eat the Moon Shard. Swap him
At
with
this
the
point,
other.
V-Tune understands the only possible way to lose if he drops a rapier somehow.
Yeah.
Right, so
Oh, cool, a leveler for VTune. Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, some more attack speed. That's what we need. Oh, a double damage for VTune. Very great.
Yep,
Jesus.
That's looking like a high ground now. That's
No,
looking like a high
don't go
ground.
for the smoke, Navi. It's not the time. Trust me, guys, it's not the time. Live to win. Might be going for a bit of a suicide smoke here. Maybe it'll pay off. Let's see.
Is under attack.
Oh god, they now spot the double damage to Medusa. Do we really want to run into this, guys? Like, I don't think we have a choice.
They need to fight. They need to fight this. They need a high ground egg that's gonna get this.
Alright, here we go. Jumping onto always want to fly. There's not going to be any swaps available. Meanwhile, they've jumped the Roger in the backlines. Both the supports taken out beautifully, but now VTune arrives and she is not messing around. Half-Life gets dropped like a rock. Meanwhile, the song is going to come down. They're going to try and pop the reset button here, Live to win. A little bit miscommunication, it feels like, though. Seneko a little bit late to TP out of this one. He's probably going to end up losing his life. Immersion FN getting themselves away. Unfortunately, Seneko will get taken down. Now the arena comes down onto Dream. Dream could be in some trouble. Doesn't actually have any illusions up, so VTune's going to be able to sit here and smack the Naga Siren. She has to buy it back. Pops it immediately. But man, that is not how she wanted to use that. Now the tower under siege by the Medusa. She's just taking shit. Oh, they actually have a rapier purchase from Iceberg. Okay. Interesting. So there's that to deal with now.
Yep.
FN jumps forwards, trying to find the target. They've locked down this Medusa pretty nicely, but that's not really the target they want. They want those supports who have bought back. Roger's going to die. He's not coming back. They've got the Ember Spirit somewhat locked down, but in comes the Supernova. The swap comes through as well, just messing up with Dream. Iceberg so low, they can finish him off, but unfortunately it looks like Dream's going to be the one in some real trouble here. Medusa completely untouched, completely unfondled, do whatever the hell she wants in these engagements. They try to deal with everybody except the Medusa, but they cannot do it. She is just too damn strong, and now your GGs are going to come out. Navi will win game 1.
Hey man, Live to win. They fought admirably in this game. They were behind. They didn't have the best laning stage, but they made some cool plays, punished Navi's over aggression. I think they did the best they could with the lineup that they had. That being said, like Navi, I feel like they outdrafted them, and we saw at the end of this game, like this Naga had no chance at dealing with this Dusa. The Void Spirit, the Sada, they can do so. The IO, the Venge, constantly supporting her, getting her into good positions. The Mars buying perfect team items. Even the Ember started to deal damage too, right? With this Deso Daedalus build with BKB.
He did a bit, yeah.
And that's it. Like it was just, in my opinion, an outdraft from Navi, and Live to win. They just couldn't handle it in the late game.
Yeah, they were close though. They really were close. I mean, they squeezed that sponge dry trying to make that one happen there. And full respect to the way of Live to win. You know, these guys were here to play. These guys were here to fight. They certainly did this in game number 1. I'm excited in game number 2. I think if these drafts are more even in this second matchup, then it could be very, very close. So we're going to throw it over to a break, and then we're going to be back with game number 2 in this best of 3 series. Is Navi versus Live to win here at the OGA Dota pit. We'll see you very soon for the next match.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. courier has been killed.
Be ensnared in fire.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Monster kill.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh ho ho, and welcome back to the official Patchmas waiting room. My name is Nomad. Joining me is 1437 as we get back into the OGA Dota pit, and we are halfway through the series potentially between NAVI and Live to Win. But Live to Win really showing that they're not a team to be messed around with in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely not. They got some good team fighting abilities. I think a lot of these players on Live to Win are very high skilled. That being said, they need to have a little bit of a better draft. I did not like in the last game that they last picked their carry. In this patch, if you're last picking your carry, you're in a terrible situation, in my opinion. Most of the carries that can actually win you the game, they go out in the first phase or they get banned out, right? So hopefully this time around, we'll see something else from Live to Win. I think one game that we can look at is from Epic League, when in the game 5, VP first picked Phantom Assassin. Just straight up first picked Phantom Assassin. Like, that's how important carries are right now. So I would love to see Live to Win do something like that. Take a big carry in the first phase, like a Void, PA, Sven, any of these guys. Don't give NAVI the option to just ban out all the good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think I really want to see them looking at their offlane though currently, because this Slardar thing didn't really look very good in the last game. As I was saying, they had this AA, Phoenix, and Slardar kind of 3-4-5, which I really didn't like, and I felt like that was kind of their biggest problem coming into the team fights, was that you're kind of relying on too much setup. And the Slardar basically had to go and give his life in order to set up for the other ultimates or to save a Phoenix egg, but there's just too much damage for him to really survive. He had a rough start as well, so never feels good. But we do have a draft now coming up for game number 2, folks. Very quick fire Dota. I love this. Just bam, one game to the next. No messing around.
Yeah, I love it too. Definitely, man. It feels so nice. I'm like insta queue kind of guys. I lose a game, I win a game, doesn't matter. Boom. We queue it up, we go next, and then while we're queuing, we think about what happened in the previous game. So I love it. In this game, these guys don't have a bunch of time to think about okay, what strategy we want to do. And look at that, just like that. We were just talking about it. Instant first pick, hard carry by Live to Win. The draft is already set for them. Now all they need to do is pick the heroes that complement this Faces Void, and then pick those heroes that complement Faces Void. Right, and just play your draft from there. It's already much better, in my opinion, for Live to Win. That being said, Navi do get Lina, position 4, probably the strongest position 4 in the game at the moment in terms of bullying the enemy 5 and the carry. But This could also be a mid Lina, because Navi do have the last pick in this game.
Yeah, she's pretty brutal. Live to Win going to respond with an Enchantress, try and get a bit of laning presence of their own, and now Navi go straight in with the anti-mage. Oh, I'm sorry. Your most hated hero, Theban, but here he is. Navi is going to go for it in the first phase, no less. They already have the void.
The funny thing is, Nomad, is Anti-Mage is one of my top 3 most played heroes in Dota 2. If I go in my pubs and stuff, I love playing this hero, right? But I know when a hero is bad in a patch, right? I think in competitive game it's completely different. A team can, make the lineup around the anti-mage, and you can pick it in good situations. In my opinion, right now, I don't think Navi picked this anti-mage in a good situation. The Lina doesn't pair with the AM that well. The AM doesn't really have a good mana void target in the heroes that Live to Win have picked so far. And Faces Void and Enchantress can be considered as counters to anti-mage as well. AM Void, it can go both ways depending on who's more farmed. But Ench is actually a pretty good hero against AM. AM hates fighting into this impetus, and AM also cannot kill the Ench because of that level 6 ultimate that Ench has. Just reduces AM's attack speed to nothing and just becomes so hard.
Yeah, I don't really understand it myself, but I'm sure I'm sure Navi have a plan on how to make this anti-mage work. What it is, I don't really know. I mean, again, Chronosphere, pretty good versus AM. If you pick up a Viper here as well on the side of Live to Win, I feel like you're going to have some serious problems, because obviously you can just drop the AM super quickly inside the Chronosphere. If you drop the Nether Toxin in, that just enables the Void to bash him down. So, I mean, I imagine that's probably going to be the next ban from Navi, or do you think they're not really that scared of the Viper possibility?
No, they're not. They don't care about Viper. They have too many physical damage output heroes that they need to get rid of. Right now, they banned Legion, Beastmaster. These are heroes that AM will now have a good time with, but also will buff Live to Win. Slaughter, there you go. 3 offlane heroes that they already had to ban out. And now this gives Live to Win pretty much option for so many different heroes that they can pick. They can pick, what would they want? I mean, they pick the Axe now to try and take that away. Any physical damage, essentially. Templar Assassin could be an option for Live to Win at some point. They're not the last pick. It could be good. Trying to think off the top of my head, a lot of offlaners are already banned right now. I don't think Live to Win should have banned Mars. They could have taken it for themselves.
Yeah,
that could have been good.
And with the Axe on now as well, there's not that many offlaners left in the bucket here for Live to Win. But yeah, I mean, physical damage is probably what they're going to end up going for. They have their options open to them, honestly, though.
There's a Magnus still in the game. There's a Mag available. That could be a possibility.
Yeah.
Mag Void. Yeah. It's also a strength hero that AM wouldn't have the best time against. Probably better than all the other heroes. These 3 that they banned out, the Legion, Beast, Slaughter, they were good bans to protect the AM. They go with the Shadow Demon. So it's going to be a 4 Shadow Demon against Anti-Mage. So you're going to have that disruption, burn the mana of the AM in the lane.
Yeah.
So it's not so bad. Also, throughout the game, like AM hates getting disrupted. That being said, there is counterspell that can reflect the disruption. If you ever get counterspell onto Shadow Demon, you can sometimes just solo kill him, which is nice.
Yeah, that could be pretty funny. You've got there's quite a few options for playing, but Axe absolutely loathes playing into Shadow Demon though. Like this guy's just super annoying. If you don't catch him inside the cool, you know what he's gonna do. He's just gonna disrupt you, and you're gonna feel pretty bad about it. So you can't really get off your spins. You can't really get off your damage. Yeah, it's just a really big save, and just can be pretty annoying as well. Just general frontliners don't like playing into Soul Catcher either. I don't think Demonic Purge Demonic Purge is just always annoying. It doesn't have any particular specialities this game, but still going to be very annoying for the Axe to play into. And Shaman now picked up from Navi. They want themselves some lockdown, huh?
Yeah, I think this could be like a 5 Shaman, or maybe what could be happening is they're flexing their Lina till the end, right? To see if they can pick another mid laner. Then they're going to give either Iceberg the Lina, or they're gonna pick another position 5 hero, right? If you pick Lina and Shaman the supports, then there's a possibility that Always Wanna Fly will play Lina, play with the Axe in the offlane as a 5, and then Shadow Shaman will be played by Roger as a position 4. There's also a possibility of that, but he'll play with the anti-mage, because I think Shaman needs to be like a 4 in my opinion. Like it needs items, and I have seen like I Always Want to Fly play Linas or position 4s as 5s. They go with the snap.
Ooh. Okay. So this is looking like a mid lane
that's cool.
snap.
I like it because this snap is mid, damaging Chrono, strength hero, right? And then if you get to level 20-25, you get that, the right click from your Shredder, and that stuff destroys anti-mage. Like it actually destroys anti-mage. So like their late game now is looking pretty solid against AM. They really didn't feel confident in picking like a TA because you don't want to have like dual carries in this patch, to be honest. So they don't go with the TA pick, but they do get the Snapfire, who can be very strong throughout the whole game.
I really like what they're putting down as well. I really hope we get to that level 25 and get to see some little Shredder with like, Daedalus and MKB and just smash heroes inside the Chronosphere. That would just be very funny.
Indeed. That's what I'm really looking forward to as well in this game. But they have the damage of Chrono now. So anytime Void has Chrono up, like he's just going to show up to a fight. Snapfire is going to ulti. That being said, Navi, they need to hunt the Snapfire. So they need to hunt Snapfire. They also need to hunt Shadow Demon in the team fights, because if you don't cancel the Snapfire's kisses, you're going to get absolutely wrecked in these engagements. But Live to Win, one problem they have right now is a lot of the good offlaners are gone. Like Navi is also banning the Centaur out now. Like this is an offlane graveyard right now.
Yeah, it's starting to feel that way, that's for sure. Final bans coming out. They get rid of the Ember and the Invoker on the side of Live to Win. Navi with the Centaur, as mentioned before. One will ban out from them. But yeah, there's really not many offlaners left for Live to Win. What was the one you mentioned earlier? Oh, the Mag. Is Mag still an option? Or
how about Mag could still be an option, yes. I'm thinking Elder Titan, actually.
Yeah, it could be nice as well. Sets up nicely for the Snapfire.
Yeah, Void too. Like, that's crazy damage.
Yeah, that could
inside
be interesting.
The Chrono again. Oh, they banned it.
Oh, they got
the same wavelength. Yeah. That was a good ban. I mean, if we're stretching it right now. CK? Yeah. Do we got a CK in this game? Yeah, we do.
I'm getting pretty crazy here as well. Earth Spirit offlane. Can you dig it?
No. I don't dig it. I don't dig it. That hero doesn't do anything to anti-mage. That hero is a magic hero now.
Yeah.
Chaos Knight. I want Chaos Knight here.
You want Chaos Knight? Okay. I'm gonna put my chips down on Magnus. Yeah, Magnus. Let's see it.
Mag or Chaos Knight.
Oh, that guy.
Oh,
forgot about that guy.
Bloodseeker. The only problem I have with Bloodseeker right now is they're really lacking the disables now. Right?
Yeah. There's really little, like, just free stuns you can throw out on people.
And now they get a storm.
Oh, boy.
That was a good
that's a free storm. That's a free storm.
That's the problem, right? Like, you pick this Bloodseeker, sure, it's a decent offlaner. It can do decently well against anti-mage. And there it is. Always Want to Fly is going to be playing the Lina as the 5.
Yep.
And then Roger's going to be playing the Shaman as the 4. And I still expect Lina to be paired with the Axe and the Shaman to be paired with the AM. Now, Bloodseeker, man, they don't have stuns anymore. That's a pretty big problem.
Oh, I just got excited over something very, very nerdy. Roger's got himself the that cosmetic, you know, the frog cosmetic, which like turns his shackle into a tongue.
Dude, I still need
So
it. I
sick.
still need it.
Yeah, I've only got the PA.
I'm anybody wants to trade me, I'll trade them a Rubik Arcana for that headpiece. I will do it. I think that's worth it, right?
Does it?
Arcana's
I don't know
worth
the
more.
market values, dude. I don't know. So stop using this platform for your dodgy backroom deals, Steven. Honestly, get out of here. Let's get into this game. Game number 2 of Navi versus Live to Win. Who do you think is going to take this match, Thebes?
You know what? Live to Win, this Bloodseeker last pick, wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I still have to go with them. I still think Live to Win. They're gonna make this a 3-game series. I would love to see a 3-game series here too.
Okay.
What about you?
I think I got to go Navi. I do like Live to Win's draft as well, but this Storm feels free. Like I guess until
free.
the Atos comes out.
Listen, this is the biggest gamble I've probably ever taken in my life. Okay, like Navi have like stuns on every hero. They have an anti-mage. Like that, for me, the only reason why I'm betting against Navi is because they have an anti. Like
okay. Your hate of anti-mage runs true.
I don't bet on anti-mages. That's just for sure. So I'll play for Live to Win.
You're playing for Live to Win. Okay. So you want to place down some wage? You know, a £5 charity bet on this one. The loser has to donate to charity. If Live to Win take the victory, then I'll pay it. If Navi take the victory and you pay it,
how about a tweet? How about we bet a tweet on this game? Yeah. If you win, well, I'll tweet something that you want.
Okay.
And then if I win, you'll tweet. Yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna get you to tweet. Twitch chat is smarter than me. That's what I'm gonna get you to tweet. I'm just letting you know right now.
I mean, you know, fair enough. I can take that. It's not that bad because, you know, at least maybe some guys will be like, you know, come around to my side like, yeah, this guy finally knows. Finally, a caster admits it that I'm smarter than him. Anyways, all right, them's the stakes, them's the odds, of course. Let's guys know what you think in the chat. But let's get into this game. Love to see a bit of Ukrainian pride as well. You know, I love it when they do that. Navi, whenever they've got the blue and the yellow player, they like to draw the flag on the minimap. It's really cute. Anyways, let's see how this one works out. Iceberg's going to be playing at mid, pretty uncontested on the Storm Spirit. Wow, he's ranked 25 on the Storm Spirit. This guy's playing a lot of Storm.
Magic is an abomination.
Gotta fear it.
Yeah, he has. He's a really big time Storm player. I feel like he plays every other game Storm Spirit against on Navi.
Yeah.
It's just so nice to watch him. And they always stack for him too. Plenty in the game. Ooh, I just realized something, Nomad.
Really nice. What's that?
That was nice. They're actually putting the Lina into the safe lane, and they're putting the Shadow Shaman top. So this Lina is not going to have that same level of impact, and it's not the best babysitter for anti-mage as well.
Meanwhile, a bit of zoning coming out from both teams. Soneko just going to force back V2 and Always Want to Fly. Meanwhile, up at top, Roger gets a bit of damage off onto Dream, forces him back under the tower, and also goes for the small cap block as well with that sentry. So, all things considered, this game's looking probably more even than the last game. I think we both agree. This one is looking very, very close in terms of just drafts and what can happen. But, you know, in the learning phase, anything can break down. I think in the mid, we're probably going to see FN with maybe a little advantage until level 6, and then the Storm's going to start to be a bit of a threat. Maybe look for some rotations. Meanwhile, at bottom, Always Want to Fly. Gonna get silenced up here, surrounded by dire heroes. They've got a lot of damage coming out onto the Lina, but it's not going to be enough to bring her down as she makes her way under the tower and will survive. So a 3-man rotation to start off the game doesn't quite go the way they wanted on the side of Live to Win, but still a good amount of harassment coming onto the Lina.
Yeah, they were hoping for a first blood or something of that sorts, maybe onto Lina or something, but that's okay. Soneko is back top. Shadow Shaman going to be bullying out Enchantress for a bit, especially since she has Enchant level 1.
I love the fighting over the small camp hero. It's like, no, I will deward it. And he's got so much right-click damage, and with the Aether Shock as well, just you can't trade with his Shaman level 1. He does so much damage.
Yeah. Soneko does have another sentry available, though, to try and get rid of that.
Some high-octane support dewarding on dewarding. Wow, Roger is aggressive. Look at this dude coming under the tower to get some more hits in into the Enchantress.
Oh,
He's
the
going to find the
courier.
courier as well. A stick will not survive. I think he tried to give it across to Snake on the last second there, but couldn't quite do so. Roger even gives him the old tip as well. Very, very aggressive plays from Roger. And another D-Ward. Meanwhile, down at bottom, we have the Anti-Mage being played by V-Tune with Always Wanna Fly being played by, playing the Lina. And Afterlife will be on his Bloodseeker, and Shire Demon being played by Immersion. So 1-0 combo we haven't really mentioned, which could catch out the Storm and the Anti-Mage if they're really good with it, is of course the Disruption into the Blood Right. Now I imagine they've just got this one very well timed, so we'll see if they can actually land that one. That'd be pretty clutch if they could.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We see V-Tune already not scaling up his mana break just because of this disruption. Lina, nice stun before she gets silenced up. I think she was just dead there if that stun did out. Does have a Fairy Fire though, so maybe
Yeah.
not as close as we think.
Good old Fairy
But still,
Fire.
lots of pressure that's going to be coming on bottom lane. I really don't expect V-Tune to scale up this mana break at all in the laning stage.
Really, that's how much he doesn't want to get his
Yeah.
own mana burnt.
Exactly. The Shire Demon can just
He
disrupt the
stuns.
AM and put the illusions onto Lina, and it would be
Oh,
way
middle
too
lane,
bad.
Iceberg getting very low FN, can't quite finish the job though. He's out of spells, but still. Oh, now the bottle picked up in a timely fashion by Iceberg here. FN so nearly brought him down there, got very, very close to securing the kill, but in the end couldn't quite do it.
Yep, 4-minute power runes. We're going to be looking out for that. Snapfire's bottle not quite here yet. Opted for the Bracer, then the Magic Stick first against Storm Spirit. Enchantress going away to the far jungle camp to get a creep. So far, Navi doing really well on lanes
There they are.
as of right now.
Flashing it.
Yeah. Axe doesn't really have a lot of last hits, but
Lina.
neither does the Faceless Void.
There's actually so much bursty on this Lina that she's never really in trouble with the Fairy Fire and the stick. Meanwhile, up at top, Roger could be the new target as Dream's trying to bring him down. They've got the Centaur Stomp as well, and that will be your first blood. Dream gets a kill with Soneko, and they're going to be able to get that nice amount of gold for their carry player.
That's really good. They needed something like that. This Void only has 10 last hits in the top lane. Who's getting the rune? Oh, we got the Snapfire. Double damage.
Ow.
Not the best rune for the Snap, but still gonna be able to deny a lot of creeps against Iceberg.
Yeah, that's the thing. Iceberg not quite 6, though. They're teeping in the Shaman here. Interesting, as they go in with the Electric Vortex. FN playing it quite defensively,
fighting
though.
back.
Yeah, they were trying to bait them in, looks like.
Yeah, FN does pop the DD now, so it looks like Storm's just gonna leave this lane and go jungle. Not gonna fight into this double damage Snapfire.
Yeah, makes sense.
How's Soneko now? Soneko's almost level 3. Once he's level 3, that's when it gets really annoying for this Axe lane. The level 2 enchant having a 60-second creep available to just keep following this Axe around.
Yeah, the enchant with the impetus, just a lot of harassment damage into this axe, but so far so good for Generally. He's been able to take very good control of this lane. That said, with that kill, Dream's going to be able to get himself something at least. But yeah, net worth, he is still the poorest core, which is not where you want to be as a Void.
Yeah, Soneko now coming in with that ghost group to help him out.
Good creep to find.
Let's see a
that's
play
for
onto
sure.
Roger here. Does a lot of damage. Oh,
Ignoring the
blocks.
axe, trying to go for the kills, but Roger's going to turn around with that lovely shackle. Unfortunately, though, I don't think it's going to be enough to save him. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Iceberg goes down. They will get the kill onto Roger at least, but Dream taking some damage from this, has a 6 stack of magic wands, 9. So we'll be absolutely fine. But mid lane, a death. It looks like they didn't even. Oh yeah, they did use Mortimer's Kisses for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old cookie into Scatterblast into Mortimer's Kisses, and that's a freebie.
Exactly. It was just a cookie into the because like Storm was not level 6 yet. Still has like almost 1 creep XP away from 6. He might have just wanted to wait for that before he came to the lane again, but taking full advantage of the level 5 Storm. FN now level 7.5. Very high in XP. Like his next rotation to one of the side lanes is going to be so devastating for Navi.
Yeah, this is a scary, scary snapfire. Meanwhile, LSA comes down onto Immersion down at the bottom lane. Vici going to turn around. Oh, the counter spell catches out Immersion. Taking a lot of damage from himself. They'll throw down the... No, he's dead. Vici gets on top of him. Right clicks galore. One more hit will be needed. Creeps! Oh, it's not enough. Always want to fly flanks right click. And they will take out Immersion. Always one fly, really tanking that damage from the Blood Right just to get a bit more harassment out onto the Bloodseeker. Meanwhile, up at top, they get out the Shackle, but the Iceman comes in and gets a kill. Dream gets brought down. The big rotation in from the Storms, but secures a kill onto the Faceless Void as he continues to have an absolute in the top lane. Oh, and again, you know, we're seeing a similar story. FN winning his lane at mid, but the side lane going not quite as well as you would like on the side of Live to Win.
That's okay for now. Live to Win's timing is definitely going to be around 10 to 11 minutes when